Sometimes I really cannot read my own handwriting, and it's been like this for the last 36 years, but still I don't learn. Alright, so the camera is rolling. That's already a good sign. Now I am going to record on my external recorder. So that's working as well. I'm going to give it a clap to synchronize the audio in post. And now I am going to use my little color card, my color chart, to make sure that in post, when I will be editing this video, the colors are going to be the right ones. Today I'm recording outside, actually on my balcony. That's the first. I figured that the weather is nice and that since I'm going to be talking about the plants on my balcony, that I should record this video on my balcony, on my tiny little balcony. I mean, it's not that tiny, but it's quite small. Yeah, I figured I might as well record it outside. And of course, the day I decide to record the video outside, there are constructions everywhere around my block. There was like crows fighting in the sky, like I don't know. But yeah, I guess that's part of the charm of recording outside. There's a lot of elements that you cannot control. When I'm inside, it's easier to just, close the blinds, play with negative light, with negative fill, use reflectors here and there, use my LED panels. When I'm outside, I have like a little bit more randomness that could happen. Like my neighbors hanging their washing, drying their laundry and stuff. So yeah, it's going to be a video full of randomness. But that's also why I like to record it, potentially having a neighbor saying hi, joining the video or not. Anyway, let me have a look at my notes and check if I'm still recording. I am still recording. So as usual, I always have my little notes with me when I record those videos. And yeah, today is not going to be a video about camera gear. It's not going to be a video about grooming, not about beards. It's not going to be a travel vlog. Today is going to be a video about plants, specifically the plants that I have on my balcony. As you may or may not know, I have plenty of passions in life, so I use this channel to document and make videos about some of them. I don't really have like one editorial line for the type of content that I create on this channel, that I publish on this channel. It's along the lines of camera gear, lenses, beards, potentially sneakers and style, travel. But yeah, today I figured that I was going to start, I don't know if it's going to be a series or not, but at least I'm going to make one video about my passion for plants, because that's something that takes a lot of space, literally, in my life and in my flat and on my balcony. So I thought that I was going to share my expertise that I have gained over the last 15 years of trying to grow plants on different balconies in different cities, in the different places that I've lived. So I've had a lot of different flats. I mean, I have rented a lot of different flats over the last 15 years. I was living in the north of France, northeastern of France, and I lived in the south of France where the weather was extremely good. Then I decided to move to the northeast of France again, and then I moved to Berlin. So over the years, I have had a lot of balconies, but they never had the right exposure. So I would really always try to grow plants on my balcony, but I never really managed to succeed. It has cost me a lot of energy, a lot of patience, and a lot of money, but I am very stubborn. So I continued struggling with them, and now I'm at the point where I somehow found a way to find the right plants for me, and also I found a way to manage them. I am very lucky because I finally moved into a magnificent flat in the heart of Berlin, in the heart of Kreuzberg, with a south facing balcony, meaning that I am able and have been able for the last 2 years, have been able to grow plants successfully, but I don't think that I would have been able to grow those plants if I didn't make all the mistakes that I made over the last 15 years. Having a south-facing balcony is a blessing for every plant lover. But you have to be very careful, because during the summer months, especially between 11 a.m. and 3 to 4 p.m., the sun can get intense, and this can burn some of your plants. I'm just noticing that there is a change of exposure. I hope that I'm still exposed correctly. So for the hot days, for the extremely hot days, and pretty much every day in between June, the end of May, June, July, and August, for those months, I bought an umbrella for my balcony. For me, of course, for when I'm outside. Did I say of course? For me, of course, when I'm outside, when I'm on my laptop outside, when I'm working outside, when I'm eating, when I'm spending time with my friends, with my girlfriend, with, I don't know, by myself, when I'm reading, I always have the umbrella open if it's sunny. But the secondary reason why I bought this umbrella is also to protect the plants, because during the month of June, July, and August, between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m., the sun might burn the leaves of the plants. I have a certain amount of plants that are more sensitive, more likely to burn in the sun compared to some others. So the ones that are more likely to burn, I put them under the umbrella next to me here on my left side. And the ones that are more resistant and need more direct light, I have them on the other side, where I pretty much don't have any shade even when the umbrella is opened. This video today is mainly to give you tips and to share my experience about my plant journey, my balcony plant journey, and to give you a list of the plants that are the more resistant during the summer, but also during the winter. I mean, there are 2 or 3 exceptions on this list of plants that I would have to take inside my apartment when it gets really, really cold outside. But the aim of the plants on my balcony were not just to be pretty during the summer, but I also wanted to have a certain aesthetic, and I also wanted to have a beautiful green balcony even in the winter. So I'm going to start this list with a plant that really does not have that doesn't really need a lot of care. The bamboo. I love bamboos. I've had bamboos. This bamboo that I actually have here on this balcony, I've had it at my previous flat already. I think I've had it almost as long as I have been in Berlin. It went through phases of not having enough light, not having enough water, but it's still here with me, still on my balcony. I wouldn't say it's thriving here, because I have gone on holiday about a month ago, and I have neglected it a little bit. So now I have big parts of it dried out. But since I've been back from holiday, I have managed to gotten it a little bit. I've gotten the control of the bamboo back, and now it's growing green leaves again, so I'm really happy. The advantage of the bamboo is that it's beautiful all year long. Just make sure that during the hot summer month, it doesn't get direct sun between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. For the winter month, I recommend you putting it maybe in a corner where it doesn't get as cold, where there's not as much wind, just to make sure that you can enjoy it for the entire winter and the summer and the winter after that and the summer after that. And so I also have a pine tree here on the right side. Is it the right side? Yes, it's the right side. I love that pine tree so much. Pine trees are very resistant to the cold. You don't have to do anything in the winter. They look pretty in the winter and in the summer. And fun fact, my girlfriend usually every year takes them inside, puts decoration on it, and this pine tree becomes a Christmas tree for a week or two per year. Son, where are you? So spindle trees, I love them as well. You don't pretty much have to do anything in the winter. It loses its leaves, but still the structure looks quite sculptural in the winter. Then I also have a white Stonecrop. This one needs minimal watering. It actually thrives in rather dry conditions, doesn't need too much. It's surprisingly very frost resistant plant as well. It's actually a funny story because I have no idea how this plant got here. One morning I just woke up, went on the balcony and saw that there was a plant that I had never seen before growing in one of the pots, so I decided to keep it. So then I have this red twig dogwood, weird name. I love this plant. It can grow quite big, quite tall. Actually, I've been looking for a plant like that that's not too bulky at the bottom, but more, it takes more volume a little bit higher. So I found that one. I bought it because it's very hardy as well. And during the cold months, the stems turn red, even though the stems are not red in the summertime. So that's an interesting phenomenon. And I bought it in spring this year, so I'm really looking forward to see how it evolves in the colder month. So I also have this dragon palm that I really love. I bought it about 3 years ago. It's just amazing. I think that the pot is a little too small for it. If I repot it, it's going to get quite voluminous, and I don't really have that much space on this balcony. So I guess I'll have to find a solution for it, but not today. And yeah, I've had this plant for quite a few years now. It's quite resistant in the colder winter month as well. It doesn't lose its leaves. Some of them tend to yellow a little bit, but if you put it in a corner where there's not too much wind and it doesn't get too cold, you shouldn't have an issue with that plant. You should protect it though, if you can. I never did, but I never had an issue, even though it gets quite cold in Berlin. But if you want to do things right, you protect it. Fruit and edible plants. So I have a couple of plants on this balcony, plants that I get something from. The first one is my fig tree that I love. I love the shape of the leaves. I love the space that it takes. Obviously, all my plants here are in rather small pots. I would eventually try to put them in bigger pots, but then I would have less space on the balcony. I don't really know how I'm going to manage that yet, but that's a topic for a different video and a problem for a different time. So I was talking about my fig tree. I love its leaves, and actually for the first time ever, I have grown my own figs, my own fig to be specific, that we ate with my girlfriend 2 weeks ago. That was like a very cute little moment, eating your own fig that you grew on your balcony. Fig trees are very resistant in the winter. There's pretty much nothing to do. You could, if you see that it's going to be extremely cold, then you should of course try to protect it as much as you can. But yeah, they look naked in the winter. There's no visual interest. But as soon as spring comes back, the first leaves grow again on all sides. So get a fig tree if you like figs. I also bought a vine for my balcony. So I wanted to get vines for the last couple of years actually, because I saw one of my neighbors had them. And yeah, this year, early spring, I went to a store and I saw that they had them and I couldn't resist, so I just bought it. And I had no idea where to put it. So I struggled to find the right placement because vines need a lot of sun, direct sun. And since I already have a lot of plants on all sides, I had to find a nice little space. So it didn't quite develop the way I wanted to, because the first place that I put it at was too shady. But the first spot where I put it at was had too much shade. Then I moved it because the leaves turned yellow. Then I think that I overwatered it a little bit, but now I found a nice place for it where it gets direct sun. I don't think that I can really show you from the side of my balcony. I would have to go downstairs to record some footage from downstairs with like a 300 millimeter lens, and I'm not going to do it because my neighbors are going to think that I'm a creep or weirdo. So yeah, I'm not going to show you. You are going to have to take my word for it, or you have going to have to be satisfied with the footage from the balcony. But anyway, this plant is not really anything to be too proud of yet, because it's still like it's very early stages. Then here on the right side, next to me, I do have two pots, one with peppermint and the other one with lemon balm. Both of them look beautiful during the summer. Just make sure that they're not in direct sunlight, because otherwise they burn, the leaves burn. Put them in the shade. But yeah, during the summer they're amazing. You can use them for tea, you can use them for cooking, you can dry them. I just love peppermint and lemon balm. During the winter they lose their interest totally. They get boring, they look like they're dead, but don't throw them away because they're just waiting for spring to come back. Then I have plants that are a little bit more sensitive. So I love basil. I always have basil growing on my balcony. My girlfriend used them to make pesto. I use them to cook. I like to put them on top of pasta, bolognese. I don't know, I just love to use basil. But you can only keep them outside when it's warm. They do need direct sun. In the winter, I put them inside because otherwise they would die. So yeah, don't leave them outside when it's cold. Same goes for my chili tree that I love. I got this not too long ago, pretty late this summer actually, so I was not expecting any chilies at all. Turned out that the amount of sun that it got this year has been sufficient for it to grow plenty of little chilies. So they're extremely spicy. I love them. I love to cook with them, and I love just seeing like the peppers, like the chilies develop. They are yellow at the beginning, then they become like very red, like a dark red. And yeah, I love their taste. I would not leave them outside when it gets too cold, and I would definitely put them inside for sure. Then I also have banana tree. This is actually my second banana tree. I bought one last year, and the seller claimed that it was one that would survive the Berlin frost. I was very dubitative about it, but I ended up leaving it outside in the winter and it died. So I bought one again, but this year I'm going to put it back inside. For some reason, this year my banana tree doesn't look as beautiful as the one I had last year. The one I had last year was magnificent. It developed huge leaves, beautiful green leaves. Yeah, this one is not as strong as the one I had last year, but I still have hope for it, maybe for next year or the winter actually. So yeah, this one I would really put it inside during the colder winter month. And next to my basil, I do have my sage. I like the visuals of it. First of all, I love the smell, and I also love to cook with it. You can leave it outside even when it gets extremely cold. Okay, recording number 3. I have ran out of battery, which is a little bit annoying, but yeah. So I don't know exactly where the recording stopped. Decorative plants. So I also have a Japanese maple here behind me on the left side, the one with the red leaves. I love that plant so much. It is actually my second one again, potentially even my third, if I'm not mistaken. 2 times it died on me. Once because I didn't water it enough, and the second time because it had gotten too much direct sun, and those trees don't like direct sun, so they ended up dying in a short amount of time. So now it lives under my umbrella during the sunny summer days. The advantage of it is that this plant looks pretty even in the colder winter month, so you don't really have to put it inside. It's quite hardy, and I also think that its silhouette is quite interesting in the winter. Then I also have a mammoth balm, a Sequoia. When I bought it, when I read the description, it said that apparently it was one of the oldest trees that you can buy in terms of like its origins. I don't know if that claim is true or if it's just like some salesman technique for me to get to buy it, but it worked. All jokes aside, I just really think that this plant is beautiful. It's a beautiful tree. And I believe that if you were to plant it in nature, it can get extremely high. I have it in a small pot on this balcony. Unfortunately, I wish I had more space to put it in a bigger pot or a garden to put that plant in the garden. But currently I have it here on my balcony. It looks amazing. It develops quite interestingly. But young sequoias need frost protection. And in the winter, it's supposed to keep its needles as well. So it's a very aesthetically pleasing plant. Then I have a type of sunflower. So it is a sunflower, but not exactly the type not exactly the sunflower that comes to mind when you think of a sunflower. So this one is a sunflower that you, of course, can leave outside. It loses all of its leaves and all of its flowers when it gets colder. So in the winter, it's kind of boring to look at. You can leave it outside, and the advantage of it is that the next year it's just going to come back to life as soon as there is more sun again. And then I also have a Prickmadam. I stole a little branch from one of my favorite coffee places here in Berlin called Akkurat. One day I was there and I just saw it and I was like, let me make some sucklings. Don't tell anyone. And put it on my balcony. That was about a year and a half ago. Just look at the plant. It's growing like crazy. It looks beautiful in the winter as well. There's nothing to do in the winter. Just leave it outside and don't overwater it. Anyway, I hope that those tips will help you create a beautiful atmosphere on your balcony with plants that are going to look beautiful and that are not going to die. If you have useful tips or questions or anything, you know what to do, and feel free to share the type of plants that you would recommend for that you have on your balcony that work well on your balcony that you would also recommend to other people. And yeah, I guess that's it.